All right, so we got initiation. Okay, so this is the GAULEY River Emergency Response Map marks this as the first hazard. And on the emergency response map, it has 4 hazards for the upper Gauley. You have initiation, basically the second drop. Lost paddle, probably just that left side, that far left side. You swim into that, you're dead. Conestoga Rock, this is more for the kayakers and rafters. There's a hole in the middle you don't want to punch in a raft, and you don't want to go over it in a kayak. You might get recirced for the rest of your life. Okay, and then you have Shipwreck Rock. So those are the 4 hazards, basically just the death spots on the upper Gauley. Now, there's a lot of hazards out there, a lot of undercut rocks you want to stay away from, but those are the 4, and I would include a 5th. I think magnetic rock, should be on here. Entrance, if you have people at the upper Gauley putting in below entrance just to stay away from that magnetic rock, well, that's a legitimate hazard. Even though we've already shown that video, and hell, yeah, you got to punch a wave, you got to cross a wave train, and anything a normal. But yeah, if you tip over, yeah, you just got to make sure people swim to the left of that magnetic rock. All right, so let's get into it. So we have initiation. We've got a lot of Google Earth to get through here. But anyway, so there, your first drop and your second drop. Your second drop is significantly, so there you go, first drop, second drop. And we're just going to go through these photos. So, heck yeah. So this is from Ace. They got some overhead views. There's your first drop, your second drop. Okay, there's the sieve. I'm going to mark this sieve every time if I can. It's before this kind of angled rock on the right side of the second drop. So anyway, so here's your first drop, second drop. Sieve is out of view. Here's your second drop. Okay, so we're going to see the sieve. Now, the sieve is right in that white spot, just right there. So it's, I think we all see kind of that slanted rock that's got water lapping over it, and then you got a big old kind of pile in front of it, or that chalk stone. It's basically a chalk stone, but that's where the sieve is. So let's look at the first drop. Yeah, so first drop and second drop. Okay, so there's the sieve again. And it's just right up against that slanted rock. And in this view, you can probably see the chalk stone just barely. We'll get some better video of that actual chalk stone. Okay, so here I mark goalpost rocks. So when you get through the first drop, you kind of have this channel of rocks leading to the second drop. And these 2 goalpost rocks that I mark here are very significant, because you can either be way to the right of that left goalpost rock, which I call the left one, and then the right one's called the right one, or you could be, you don't want to be edging up against that right goalpost rock, because if you are, you might kind of catch some eddy water behind it, and then you're literally directly going for that sieve. So even in a raft, you want to stay away from that right side. Okay, so here is the second drop. At the top of your screen, you do have those goalpost rocks. They're right there. And you can just see that if you're near that right side, you're kind of angling down towards the sieve. Now, it might not be that big of a deal in a raft, but there is a wave that can kind of stop you. All right, so here's the Ace view. And on that right side, that's that right goalpost rock. So now in this view, for sure, if you're near that right rock, it looks like you're going directly into that pile, directly into that slanted rock with water pouring over it, directly into that sieve. So keep that in mind. We're going to look at, and there's that top surf wave. So, if as a kayaker, you're going to surf that and then get kicked off the right side, because you're surfing back and forth, whatever. You get kicked off and tipped upside down. Well, hell, you're going right for that sieve. But as you'll see the rafts, they just punch this top wave. They don't think anything of it. That's the line. But look how much room on the left you have just to miss that top wave completely. So if it's your first time or every time, there's no reason to play around over here, especially if people pop out. If people popped out on that, if you hit this top wave and someone just popped out on your right side of your raft, well, they have a chance to swim into that sieve. Okay, so there's the sieve. It's just right there. You know what I mean? So, okay. So here's again just a lot of pictures. You know, all these were from ACE, these overhead views, but there's that sieve. So the sieve it's right there. You know what I mean? That chalkstone might be a little bit lower than where I marked it. Okay, so here's the second and third drop, just to let you know kind of. Yeah, third drop's got the pour over, but we're going to watch some footage of the first and second drop. So here's the second drop again. There's that goalpost rock. You got that top wave. You got the sieve. And just stay left. That's the name of the game. Look how much room you have over there on the left side just to stay left. Now you do have some bumper rocks, but literally, if you just bump down that whole left side, you would never be up against that sieve. Okay, so now finally we're going to get into some footage. And so here's first drop. Yeah, we're going to watch first drop up to those goalpost rocks and then take a little break and then see what's up. But first drop, there you go. You got this angled rock that indicates the first drop of initiation. Here we go. And this is straightforward, just kind of center left, and then you're kind of just going back to the middle. Alright, and so the backside of what? So we're going to point out these two goalpost rocks. Maybe you've already seen them right now, but you got this little channel, and there you go. You got a rock to the left and the rock to the right. Okay, so now the video's done, so we're going to take a look at this. So there, booyah, there's your goalpost rocks. So if you go too close to the rock on the right, well, you might catch a little bit of eddy water, or you might go right towards that sieve. So you might as well just, the whole name of the game is just like, whoa, how far over on the left side could you be? Now, a lot of these rafts, 9 out of 10 do not even get anywhere close to, 10 out of 10 don't get anywhere close to that left side. It must just be like I don't know. I don't think it's complacency, but there is that top wave in there that, yeah, you just hit, and if you're in the, going down that main tongue, you know, I mean, no big deal, and hopefully you're driving left just a little bit. So here is kind of a farther away view of these goalpost rocks, and here, stay near the left, but we're going to watch the footage of this, and no, that they're not hugging that right rock. They are having momentum to the left, but they're just punching the waves as they go through. So, you know what I mean? That's okay. You know, it's the way to run it for most of the commercial raft companies. But if you're a guide and you don't understand the hazards, maybe you would want to run just a little bit farther left. Okay, here we go. Alright, so I paused the video here because, booyah, they just crushed that top weight. We'll watch this whole video again, but here you go. There is the edge of the sloping rock that we were talking about that has the sieve, and there's the edge of the main rock. Okay, and there's the chalkstone. Now, these next few pictures, they'll really help us out because, okay, here's that 650 CFS. This is from ACE. So there you go. There's the edge of the sloping rock. There's the edge of the main rock. And there's the chalkstone. So let's go back to our photos. So here is the top wave. There's the edge of the sloping rock sticking all the way out right there. There's the edge of the main rock. And there's the chalkstone. So if you want to crush up against this wave, not a big deal. You'll kind of go right down the tongue, and we'll see that at the end of this video. But let's take a more detailed look at this chalkstone. So there you go. Edge of the sloping rock, edge of the main rock, and the chalkstone, and we're going to watch the ACE video. I don't have too many ACE videos on here because you can just watch those. I don't want to duplicate videos on this upper Gauley, but this one's real good to just show you this video.
Initiation is well known for having a very dangerous spot over on the right side. At fall flow, what looks like a tempting surf wave actually conceals something very dangerous. If you come off the right side of that wave, you can get funneled down into this crack here. And as you can see, the water pounds up against that chalkstone. It's impossible to get over that thing, and what happens is you get stern pin there. Gradually, the river just gets a bigger hold of you and you get sucked down. And this rock downstream here is quite undercut.
Alright, so, okay, so let's look at this whole run again. You can see that top wave. You can identify the sieve. That's all we're doing. It just shows you, hey, I know where the line is, I know where the hazard is, and I can make a better informed choice of where I want to be. All right, so we're going to watch just a couple more of these, first through second drop, just so you can identify this angled rock that indicates the first drop of initiation. And then once you go center left and kind of work your way down the first drop, you'll see those goalposts, and then you can decide where you want to be. All these rafts, we'll watch two more, and they all basically, kind of hug it tied up against. They're not taking a very conservative line to the left, but this is just the industry, and it works. But it's just, this whole video is for you to know exactly where that hazard is. It's not at the very, very bottom. It's just downstream and to the right of that top surf wave. So it's just right there, and if you can identify it, then you'll make better informed choices of where you want to be.
All right, guys, this big slant rock on the right with the tree at the top of it marks the beginning of initiation. One forward, brace your feet in. For the love of God, do not fall out in here. If you do, swim left. If we run this clean, it won't feel like anything. I'm telling you it's a class 4 because there's a danger spot in here. Shouldn't feel like much of anything at all.
Initiation.
One more. One more. One more. One more. One more. Good. Right over this hump is the really bad spot. It's on the right. We're going to run this. It looks like a pour over. It's not. We'll run this little hump, go right down the middle. One forward. Two forward. One more. Up. Oh, fuck. Kevin, don't be a pussy. Get up on the side, too. Grab the paddle. All back one.
All right, so they were headed towards the third drop of initiation, and they had a good line. I would say it was just slightly left of that last, you know what I mean? The other boat was less conservative, and okay, so here we're just going to watch the second drop. So there's the goalpost rock on the right, there's the goalpost rock on the left, and stay near the left rock. And we're going to identify that top wave. And just stay to the left of that wave. We're going to see where this raft goes through.
Forward through. Woo! Back it up one.
All right, so yeah, they did a real good job. That was the farthest left of that top wave that we've seen, and they really didn't even go down the wave train. You know what I mean? They weren't using that second drop of initiation for like a funnel time to hit some waves. That first drop was the least conservative. Now, if they had someone pop out even on that top wave, would they've got flushed into that chalk stone? Probably not. Probably not. But still, it's more of a danger for kayakers getting surfed on that wave and getting shoved off the right side. Okay, so we're going to watch one more of this second drop. So identify these goalpost rocks, stay near the left, and we're going to see where they'd go.
You're going to take advantage of the left. For some random reason you fall out here, you got to swim left to get away from those rocks right there. When I say left, it's always looking down to the left. You'll notice today when you get this big hole down here, I'm hitting the gas pedal. When I say forward, you're going to punch.
Alright, back down 3. There we go. Left side forward 1. All together forward 2. Back.
All right, so I thought that was a pretty good line because they were left of the wave and then kind of paddling back towards the right. And because that chalkstone is such in the middle of that rapid, you know what I mean? That's deep. You can finish, you know, kind of centered on those waves at the bottom, but they kind of went left to right, so that is also a doable way to do it. All right, so this is kayakers doing the second drop of initiation. And just for reference, there's your right goalpost. Now this is crazy because you're like, oh, I didn't realize that right goalpost was so, you know, up against that right side that if you catch any of that eddy water, you're just going to be down. So all these kayakers are staying near the left. And there's the top wave. And that top wave will funnel you right into that sieve. So there you go. So if you hit, if you hit this wave on the left side, you know what I mean, you'll end up right there. So that's significant. Look at this kayaker. He hits the wave on the left side, he ends up here. But if you hit the wave on the right side, you'll end up real close to that sieve. So let's take a look at some of this footage.
These folks missing that wave completely to the river left side. That's a completely safe way to do it. Everyone's working their way on down that tongue. They're staying away from that wave at the top. See that kayaker just punch through the wave.
All right, so none of those kayakers hit the wave like that first raft. That first raft just crushed the right side of that wave, and as a kayaker, that's not something you would even want to do. So anyway, if you want to avoid this completely, here's the boof in the second drop, the left side boof. It's a great way to avoid the danger on the right. So Ace has, this is footage, Ace has a footage of this running the boof. This is Peyton Love running the boof and explaining this whole second drop.
Here's initiation, and we got the bad sieve. We're right about where the rafts are going. There's a cool boof over here to the left, avoiding all that ugliness. Just gotta get over here, and let's check this out.
Hell yeah. All right. I think that's called like the horseshoe boof. You can look it up too. All right. So we're just going to get right to the third drop of initiation. It's marked by this pour over. Sure, you don't want to go in that. It's just a wide pour over. You just get your boat stuck. You know what I mean? But yeah, you got to either go to right or left. I'm sure the conservative line is down the left, working back to the right. But we're going to watch a couple different ways to run this. So there you go. There's the pour over. You got your right and left lines. We're going to watch this boat go to the right. All right, so third drop, pour over. We're going to watch a left line. Here we go. Oh no, they go to the right too. They go to the right too. All right, pretty drop and plop, but there you go. Are we going to watch a left line? Heck yeah. So there's the pour over, and this will be the left line.
One forward. Two forward. Yeah, all right. Told you it wouldn't feel like much.
All right, that's initiation. All right, one last thing. This is a note to guides and any paddle rafts that have significant crew. You know what I mean? When do you give the warning for the swim your ass to the left if you fall out anywhere in initiation? Well, you do it like this. You do it before you go through the first drop of initiation. So get it through your head maybe as the guide to be like, okay, if I see that angled rock that indicates the first drop of initiation, all right, shut up. Okay, here's your swim direction. If you fall out, for the love of God, swim to the left. And this guy does it so good. He basically just does it that, and he sounds like that comedian that we all know. So let's listen to him.
All right, guys. This big slant rock on the right with the tree at the top of it marks the beginning of initiation. One forward. Brace your feet in. For the love of God, do not fall out in here. If you do, swim left.
All right, so that was great. Now we're going to show a guide who's like, no, you are doing this in the opposite order. Like somebody already fell out of your boat, and you're just like scratching your head. You're like, whoa, I should have told you. So this guide basically tells people to, if you fall out, swim left, when he's literally set up to the left. And there's literally no way any passengers in his boat, even if they did fall out, would go into the sieve. So the real danger is if someone falls out during the first drop of initiation and they're just floating through this channel, and they're probably going to be kind of down that right side, and yeah, that would suck. So you got to give that swim direction before the first drop of initiation. So here's the nonsensical. Why tell your passengers anything if you're going to tell them now? And it's pretty quiet. Let's listen in.
You're going to take a bend to the left. For some random reason you fall out here, you got to swim left to get away from those rocks up there. When I say left, it's always looking down to the left. You'll notice that when you get this big hole down here, I'm hitting the gas pedal. When I say 4-2, when you punch it. 4-3!
All right, it's absolutely madness. He's literally crushing through the top wave. That if he, telling people where to swim if they fall out. Anyway, I think you get it. There's a time and a place to give that important hazard swim direction. It's before your people fall out of your boat. That's the time to give a swim direction, before they fall out of your boat. Alright, so that's first, second, and third drop of initiation. Hopefully you enjoyed. And that's a video.
Guys, this big slant rock on the right with the tree at the top of it marks the beginning of initiation. One forward. Brace your feet in. For the love of God, do not fall out in here. If you do, swim left.